Hello everyone. I'm going to be showing you how I built my dream setup. Hopefully you can apply these steps that I use to your own setup to make your dream setup. Okay, so my setup is okay for my first one, but it hasn't ever felt right. Today we are going to be modding it and turning it into my own dream setup. Step 1. Remove everything, and I mean everything. Your monitor, your PS5, Xbox, whatever you have. All you want is just the plain desk. It's gonna take a while. Whenever you get everything off, it'll help you visualize what you need to do. Come back in part 2 to see what happens next. Hey, this is part 2 of making my dream setup. Last video we went over step 1 of my 5-step process. Now let's get into step 2. Step 2 was removing the shelves. Originally, the shelves came around the whole desk, but after a couple of months I took one of them off just to see how it would look, and it turns out to be a lot better. The shelves were limiting the space on my desk and made it feel a lot smaller than it was. Stay tuned for part 3 when things really start to improve. Hey, this is part 3 of making my dream setup. Last video we went over step 2 of my 5-step process. Now let's get into step 3. Step 3. Rearrange one at a time. I have always thought of ways I can switch from keyboard and mouse to controller easily, but never could just because I never took the time to put it in a good spot. This took some time, but it was all worth it. While rearranging, you also have to think about cable management, but that is a tale for another time. Stay tuned. Hey, this is part 4 and 5 of making my dream setup. Last video we went over step 3 of my 5-step process. Now let's get into step 4 and 5. Step 4. While rearranging, you also have to think about cable management and how your cable will transfer. I like to have my cables hidden but easily accessible because I like to travel with my PS5. This does make it more difficult for me to keep my setup the same way over time. And now step 5. Show off your dream gaming setup. This is not the most perfect gaming setup, but it's the one I have, and I like it. And at the end of the day, you're the one spending the hours in it. Make it original. Anyway, it's time for the full setup review.